Welcome to Mitten Kitchen. Today we are canning beef bone broth. I cooked yesterday the beef and I have let it sit overnight with some food scraps and we have delicious broth. So we're gonna go ahead and get that canned up today in the Mitten Kitchen. Thanks for joining me. So we are going to go ahead and get cooking into our soup bones in the Nesco. We're going to cook the beef and then we'll do the bones. So we need to cook our beef first. We'll use the meat for another dish I'll show you. But we got to get this cooking and then we can use the soup bones, the bones, for our broth. So I'm gonna cook these in red wine. This wine's been open for a while, so just gonna lather it up. The alcohol will cook off. I'm gonna add in some seasonings. It already smells so good just with that wine. So I'm gonna add in some garlic powder. Get that nicely coated. Some minced onion, a lot of minced onion. And then we're gonna have some salt. So this is going to cook. I have it in my Nesco and we're just gonna let this slowly cook and then we will use the bones and the juices for our delicious bone broth that we will end up canning. But this is the first step. You gotta cook up the meat. I love to do it this way. It's gonna cook all day and then we'll make a dish with this. Be like maybe like a beef slider or something. So stay tuned and we'll figure out what we'll do with that. But step one. Okay, let's take a look. It smells amazing. Wow. Ooh, steamy. Okay, what we're gonna do is take these out. We're gonna get the bones in, put some water and have it nicely cook overnight for our broth. This is so exciting. I love this part. Okay, so we're gonna take the meat and we are gonna take the bones and we're gonna save it and start to make our yummy broth. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think my favorite thing about this as well is this just cooked all day while I was at work. And now we get to go ahead and make broth and it will cook while I sleep. And tomorrow we can actually can it, which is so hands off. So we're gonna put the meat into this and the bones we're gonna leave in there and add water. So see, you're gonna love this. Like the meat will just start to fall off. So like the meat already fell off. So easy. And I'll probably end up like cooking this meat down, but you will be with me while we do that. It'll be great. But I want to leave any meat that I have for us to enjoy to eat and leave the bones in there to nicely cook. So lots of meat. We're just adding that into our spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, oh my gosh, I've been in spreadsheets all day. That's why I just said that. Into our container, not spreadsheets. Do you guys ever just get a little delusional after a long day? That's where I'm at right now. It's been a long week. Wish you could smell this. Looks so good. All that yummy meat. It's really wavy here today. So it's funny, I'm up north in Michigan and the lakes, this area of the lake never froze all winter. It's been actually a very mild winter here, so it's really odd to see it like wavy. It almost reminds me of like fall versus winter. It should be frozen. We should be able to walk on the water instead of these like giant waves. It's so funny. So just taking all the meat off. Got our yummy bones. The best part is we're gonna add in our like onion scraps. It's gonna be really flavorful and like I have all like the meat and like the wine in the bottom. I'll show you, but it smells so good. It's so nice to do this too, like in the winter. I think that's all meat. I think it is. There's like some fat on here. We'll take out the fat when it's less hot. It's very hot right now. So the broth will just be like low and slow. There'll probably be some meat left because I just don't think I can get it all off. It's like really intertwined in the bones, which is fine. Okay. So we have our meat. Look how much meat we got off those soup bones. So this will be really nice. We will be able to shred this up. We'll make a nice little meal. I'm thinking we'll do like maybe like some slaw, some meat, some yummy rolls. I have my sourdough ready to wake back up. So we'll see. We'll do this tomorrow, but we'll have this cook all overnight. My dog's also like right there. He wants it so bad. Okay, let me show you what it looks like now that I have all the meat off. So there we go. We are just gonna go ahead and add in our water. So let's see how I easily can do this. Look at that. We are making it. This is great. I love the Nesco because it does all the work for you. So I have it at the lowest setting, which is 150. It's just gonna cook all overnight. You know what, before I should fill this up all the way. So here I just have a lot of different scraps. This is nice to keep in your freezer, just like a bag, and you add in like your onions, your celery, your carrots. Honestly, probably that for vegetables. And then you can make broth out of it. So if you're a vegetarian, you could just do this versus the step one that I did and just cook down the veggies into a veggie broth. But this will make the broth more flavorful. And so all I'm gonna do is pop this back in the freezer and just keep refilling it when I need to cook next. Okay, there is our lovely broth. We're gonna have this cook. Put our lid on and say, see you on Saturday. So let's take a look. It's beautiful. Look at that luscious broth. So our setup here is I have this really, really large container and it will, measuring cup, and it will pour from there. I tried to find my other, a little bit smaller, like sifter, but I can't find it. So this will have to work. This is a mesh strainer. And we are going to go ahead and take this, scoop it in and strain it. So it's easy for us to pour. There's a little pouring into our canning. Let's get started. So this is brown gold. It's not liquid gold, because liquid gold would be chicken broth or turkey broth. But it's catching all the, like the extra pieces. Whoa, you have to be careful because this has the no sides. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna have to be really careful. There we go. That's a good system. That's probably good for now. A little messy over here. Clean as you go. I have the digital canner that I like to use. So we are going to be pressure canning. So this is my manual. I look at this every single time. This is my third month of canning. This is the month of March. So another can, what do we call it? It's not Canuary, because January and February are Canuary. Maybe we do like a carnch. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So we are looking for broth. Beef stock, here we go. So we need beef stock. It says for 20 minutes for pints, which is what we are going to be using, and then 25 minutes for quarts. So we're gonna start filling up our canned goods. That's technically not what the recipe says. It's a little bit different, but it says that the jar is hot and everything, but my thing is gonna be hot enough and it'll be fine. So we're gonna take the chance. Okay, 20 minutes for pints. Okay, we have cleaned our jars. We have a variety of the pint jars over here. We're gonna go ahead and start filling this up. Whoa. This is just not working in my favor today. The spillage is everywhere. What is going on? Okay, that might not be the best option. You would think with pouring it would be okay. So I don't know what's going on here. I guess let's just try this. A clean cup. Okay, that worked. Do you guys see what I'm doing? Try with my left hand to kind of scoop it. It's gonna be a while if this is the way we have to do it. So these ones have fill lines. There's not a lot of fat on this bone broth, so I'm not really worrying about it. You can, if you have like meat that's a little bit more fattier, you should probably skim it off. But mine, it's so tiny. I use Piedmonte, which is a better, lower fat. Okay, we have one that is done. So we're gonna take a new lid, and you know what, I'm gonna take some vinegar just to make sure my rims look good. We'll splash some vinegar in there too, because that will help with our hard water that tends to happen up here. I'll just clean off the rim. Put our new lid on. A ring. And this is ready. And we'll keep going. Okay, so not too bad. I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? Like, we just got, you know, 7 jars of broth. Homemade, delicious broth. Easy for soups or for sipping or whatever you want. So, technically 8, but my canner only fits 7. So, we have everything in the canner now. Okay, we have everything in the canner. So now we need to move forward with our next steps. We're pressure canning. We need water in the canner. Literally a mess. Okay. Warm. It's warming. Woo! It's on. Okay, so next I'm going to fill up this jar because it won't can. So I'll just put this in the fridge to use for the week. And it should be too much. 2 jars it is. This is going to pressure can for 20 minutes. So see you back then. Okay, it says our canner is done. So let's go ahead and get this ready. so fun to see them seal like that. You just know you've created a shelf-stable product. Ah! You hear that? There is our 7 broths. Okay, so there we have 7 bone broths. They are popping, they're boiling. We're gonna let these set overnight before we do anything, but there's our canning project. So I think what I'll do with the beef, and I don't know if I'll film it, so I'm gonna just end it here if needed. So thanks for joining me in the Mitten Kitchen today. We made 7 shelf-stable bone broths, and I have 2 in the fridge that I can use up for the week. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.